back to Mr.
Oh
Jahleel
yeah.
Coleman. Absolutely incredible, guys. Please sit down. You make me feel awkward. I am not that important. My name is not President Obama, so you can be seated, please. But no, Mr. Jahleel Coleman is he's an exceptional gentleman. And I had the pleasure of meeting him. The first time that I met him was in Houston, Texas, at Mr. Kenny Lloyd's house. The second house that we, have been able to go to because the first one just wasn't big enough. And so, I met him and I remember meeting him for the first time. And I'd actually just been doing my research on him. I was looking him up, looking on YouTube, different videos and stuff like that. And as I was looking at him, I was like, yo, this dude is the shiznit. Like, he is really cool. He knows what he's doing, right? I'm going to be 21 tonight. I'm not going to try to use fancy and big words. Like you said, I'm not, the sharpest tool in the shed, not the smartest kid in the classroom. Is that okay? All right. So, I'm like, yo, this guy is like legit, right? And he's been documented in the industry to be able to help so many different other people change their lives. And he himself has made, multiple six figures in this industry, if not seven by this point, and so like he was like the man. So I'll go up to him, I shake his hand, I'm like, oh my gosh, dude, like I just been studying you on YouTube and all of that kind of stuff, you're the man. And he was like, oh man, appreciate you, little brother. What I mean? Just like that, right? With the country accent. I'm not really good at that. But like he was just so real. And the moment that we met each other, it was just like an instant connection. And I already kind of felt like, he was a big brother to me because Nina and him had been connected so long. And so Nina's my blood sister. So I want to show the record like tonight. Nina is my blood sister. She is not like I call her big sis. No, like she is my legitimate blood sister, like bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh, if you will, whatever, all that stuff, DNA, same DNA running through the veins. So, when she called him brother, I called him brother. So I want to say thank you, big bro, for that awesome introduction. Can we give him another hand? Yeah. Introduction here. What's up? We're in Atlanta, aren't we? We're in Atlanta. What's up? How you doing? How y'all feeling tonight? Y'all good?
Yeah.
Oh, good. I want you to look at the person on the left, and I want you to say neighbor.
Neighbor.
You look good.
You look good.
But not as good as me.
But not as good as me.
I want you to turn to the other person on the other side. I want you to say neighbor.
Neighbor.
You look good.
You look good.
But you darn sure don't look better than me.
But you look better than me.
Guys, my name is Jahleel Coleman, and I'm definitely honored to be able to be here with all of you guys tonight. Flew in from Philadelphia, all off of the strength of none other than the #1 documented female network marketer in the entire world, Coach Stormy Wellington. Can we give a hand to her? She's amazing. I call her auntie because she's like family. And that's what Total Life Changes is, guys. It's a family. It's a true bond and a community that we built with each other here in this industry and in this company. But I flew in from Philadelphia and got up really early for you guys. So I love you guys. I got up about like 5:30 this morning for you guys. And, really, I just want to share a little bit about my heart with you guys. I want to share what's been happening to me and how it can now happen for you, and how if you apply the things that I'm getting ready to share with you guys tonight, how it can actually change your entire life. Is that good or is that good? Good. Awesome and amazing. So, long story short, or short story long, just like, Mr. Coleman was just telling you guys, I was not the sharpest tool in the shed, not the smartest kid in the classroom. When I was in high school, ladies and gentlemen, I was just horrible. Now, here's the thing. I am actually a pretty bright person. Like, if I apply myself to something that I enjoy or something that I like. Does that make sense? Yeah. But yeah. I was in high school, and when you have the CEO mindset, because my parents have always instilled for me from the jump street, like that I was the head and not the tail, above only, not beneath. Never saw my dad work for anybody, never saw my mom work for anybody. She stayed at home. And so they programmed me, ladies and gentlemen, with a CEO mindset, a leadership mentality. And so as I'm in school, I'm trying to sit here and I'm trying to listen to these teachers trying to tell me things to do with my life, but it wasn't making sense and it did not add up. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. And so I was constantly, the reason why my grades were so low is because I was constantly questioning their authority. And I was also questioning what they were teaching me. And I was saying to myself, there is no way that this can help me outside of high school. Like, legit. Geometry, I hate to break it to you, and I hope that nobody here is going to be mad at this, but I still not have used anything with an equilateral triangle to date. Like, since I graduated.
You ain't the only one.
I haven't. I haven't done anything with biology, haven't done anything with chemistry at all. Okay?
Exactly.
So I was constantly challenging them, like, bro, what is this going to do to help me to change my life? or to use this outside of school. And so my GPA slipped because of the challenge. When I finally just submitted and said, you know what, school is not necessarily about the grades that you get, it's more so about what you get, the discipline that you get, the endurance that you're able to go through. Even when you don't feel like doing something, at least you finished something. Does that make sense? And so I'm not anti-education, I'm just up on opportunity. Does that make sense? All right. So I want you to understand, school is great. If you're in school, keep going, do your thing. Just wasn't my route. Now, when I graduated from high school, again, 2.8 GPA. Nobody's giving a scholarship to a kid that has a 2.8 GPA, right? Nobody with good sense, right? And so I had a volunteer award that I got, some scholarship of like maybe $3,000 or $2,500. I put that towards community school. If you're in high school or you're going to college, if you're in the summertime, if you're transitioning out, please make a smart decision. Go to community if you're still trying to figure out what you want to do with your life, okay? That's just my little advice to you. But I went to community school, ladies and gentlemen, and as I'm in community school, I'm grinding it out. I'm doing my thing or whatever, and then I'm working a part-time job because I cannot sit on mom and dad's, couch eating potato chips all day. I have to go and get a what? A job. I gotta get a job. And ladies and gentlemen, that is when I tell people that's the beginning of the end for me. Because again, we're talking about when two worlds collide. I've been programmed as a CEO, I've been programmed as a leader, and then I'm going to conform over to this other way of thinking in which I have to be an employee and I have to conform to somebody else's leadership. And that did not make sense. Are you guys connecting with what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so while I'm working this job, guys, I was grinding at this job. Please understand me. Like, I'm doing school full time. I'm in working part time. There was one week where I said, you know what? Let me give my all to this thing. Let me really figure out if this is for me. So I put 30 weeks in, or what is it, 30 hours? See, I told you I'm not the service school and shit. But 30 hours in, I put in 1 week and then 30 hours the next week. So a total of 60 hours. Ladies and gentlemen, my paycheck was a whopping $432.76. Now, I don't know what you do with $432.76, but that was disgraceful to me. So that was the first instance where I said, I don't know about this. This does not sound like the kind of route that I want to be able to take, right? So then now I'm fast forwarding to the next instance that I was like, you know what? This is the straw that broke the camel's back. I am not doing this much longer. So the CEO of Radio Shack comes walking into the store. Please raise your hand if you've ever met the CEO of your job before. All right, you have? All right, my man. Where do you work at?
I don't work there anymore.
Okay, now
CEO.
where were you working at?
It was opportunity marketing somewhere in Virginia.
Somewhere in Virginia. Okay, but you met him, right? Rare. Look how many people didn't as a compose or as comparison to did, right? So this gentleman, he walks into the store. He's not cocky. He's not pompous. Nothing like that. He's like really cool, nice, button-up shirt or whatever, jeans, chilling, right? And I'm going somewhere with this. I'm going to connect the dots for you. So he walks in. He's cool. Now, I took a picture with the guy. He was like, he had this onion smell on his fingers because in Philly, we actually have something called the Philly cheesesteak. Now, here's what I need everybody to understand. This is why you came to the meeting, for me to make this point to you. If you have ever had a cheesesteak outside of Philly, that is not a Philly cheesesteak. You have played yourselves. Congratulations. All right? It is not real. You need to come to Philadelphia and get a real cheesesteak. I will holler at your boy when you come to the city. I got you. All right? So I could smell the onions on his fingers. Why do I bring that point up to each and every one of you guys here tonight? He was enjoying the luxuries of life while I could not. Mm-hmm. So the most significant part of the time that we spent together, ladies and gentlemen, was when he walked out the store and I couldn't. And at that moment, I said to myself, self. Myself said, yo. I said, we is a slave. Like, I'm a slave. Like, real talk, I'm a slave. Because, ladies and gentlemen, let me explain something to you. Slavery has kind of changed. They don't have whips and chains anymore. Now they write paychecks. Come on. Amen. And so the way that they whip you and they chain you is from your time. See, what happened to me when I was working a job was I did not have control over my time. Somebody else dictated how much time I had to spend with my niece, my nephew, on their birthdays. My job dictated to me how much time I had to sleep in the bed at night and what time I had to be up the next morning. My job dictated to me how long I had to eat. So they told me I need to get hungry at 12 o'clock and be full by 1.
Right.
They told me that I only had X amount of time to spend in the bathroom. I'm a grown man. How can y'all tell me how long I have to spend in the bathroom? And so as I'm going through all of these different things and these different instances and scenarios are playing inside of my mind, I'm saying to myself, I need something to come my way. Because this, where we are right now, is not okay with the vision that I see for myself. I want everybody to say vision. Vision. Because where there's no vision, people perish.
That is true.
So you have to be able to have a vision, and I had a vision for myself. See, I was painted this picture similar to many of the pictures that each and every one of you guys were painted. There was this really nice, big white house with this nice white picket fence around. I had a Lamborghini Huracan in the driveway with the girl of my dreams meeting me at the door holding lemonade for me in the summertime. I had 2.5 children. I'm still trying to figure out where the other half kid came from. I had 2.5 children, and I had a golden retriever dog. And this picture that was painted in my mind, ladies and gentlemen, they told me that in order to be able to achieve this dream, it's called, I think, the what? American dream. In order to be able to achieve this dream, ladies and gentlemen, I had to go to school for 4 years, work a job for 40 years after that. But then here's the thing. When I went to school for this 4 years, and this is the dream that I'm talking about here, and I'm going somewhere with this, I'm going to connect it to TLC, I promise you. But here's